All right, so this is my infrastructure automation project. I use Terraform to deploy to AWS, and then with Terraform, I configure a controller node, a RHEL EC2 instance, and a Ubuntu EC2 instance as managed nodes. Automated the pub keys to be on the managed nodes, so you don't have to deploy those keys. You automatically have an Ansible ID to run playbooks, and also the Git configuration is automatically completed. It's provisioned within Terraform. So you could just spin this up and instantly have a working Ansible controller node and 2 different versions of Linux to patch. Within the Ansible playbooks, you have a ping playbook just to test connections. And you also have a patch playbook and a rollback playbook for each distro. Now I'm just gonna read the README that I wrote because I think it didn't miss much. So infrastructure automation project, Terraform plus AWS plus Ansible, RHEL and Ubuntu. This repository provides a complete end-to-end automation stack that deploys RHEL 10 Ansible controller node, 1 RHEL 10 managed node, 1 Ubuntu managed node. All infrastructure is created using Terraform, and all configuration, patching, and rollback operations are handled by Ansible. Each server is bootstrapped with default Ansible user, SSH keys, passwordless sudo vi, cloud init, enabled immediate automation, and no manual steps. So the project goal: deploy multi-OS infrastructure, automatically configure passwordless automation using a dedicated Ansible user, provide a unified Ansible playbook to patch RHEL and Ubuntu, rolling back patches OS-specific logic, maintain a clean, modular, production-ready repo structure, support GitHub CI for validation and deployment. All right, so there's some pre-steps. The only pre-steps you do have to do is, if you pull this repository, you have to create your local private and public keys, and then also you have to create your deployment keys to configure it onto your GitHub. And the way you configure it is you just go into settings, you go to the repo once you pull this repo into yours, and then deploy keys, and here you'll create a new key with the pub key that you created, and all the commands are in the instructions to follow. If you follow these, here you can create your local keys, and let's see, and your deploy key project. Once you do that, I'm actually gonna just spin it up now. So I'm gonna go into the project, apply, I'm running execution environment. And then we get SSH to the public IP that is on the controller node, which is gonna show in the output. All right, so here in our output, we have our public IP to SSH into the Ansible controller node. So we can do SSH -I pointed to our key here, and then the local user, which is Ansible. Just grab this IP, and we're gonna grab this inventory and paste it into the inventory file once we get on the server. Fingerprint. So as you can see, Ansible is already installed. Also, we have our Ansible folder with our patch playbooks ready to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy the inventory, the Terraform, output it. I'm gonna VI into inventory INI, remove this old inventory, paste this, and now I'm gonna run Ansible -playbook, playbooks, ping, It's probably gonna ask me for fingerprinting. Oh, perfect. So as you can see, everything works. I mean, it was a pretty cool project. I had some troubles with VPC. I had some troubles with some of the images. They were falling under availability zones. So I had to find the correct availability zone. And I had to kind of figure out how I wanted the keys to be deployed, because I wanted to automate the configuration of GitHub in some fashion. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it.